Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Go Over the Show. All my Minnesota Vikings fans out there, how you doing? Today we have news, quarterback controversy news that's been out there, thrown out there, and yes, Canadian Football League and the Minnesota Vikings have controversy news. If you guys don't know, besides the Minnesota Vikings, that's the part. Besides the NFL, the second biggest football league is the Canadian Football League. Then the Arena Leagues. You guys know I'm a big Canadian football fan. I love my Montreal Alouettes. This is my Montreal Alouettes shirt. It's dirty. I gotta clean it though. It's the old ones. They have new ones now. They're with a new era. That's their last season ones or whatever. A couple seasons. They're with that's Adidas. But yeah, you gotta know I love my Montreal Alouettes. I am a Canadian Football League fan. I feel like if I do Canadian Football League videos, I used to do them back in the day on my channel, but they didn't get that much views as I wanted them to do. So I kind of lay low on that. Never done them in a while. But we have breaking news. Sorry about that, y'all. We have breaking news. You guys don't know. There's a big star in the Canadian Football League. I don't know if you guys watch it or not. Big star. And my team is actually playing this team in a couple minutes from now. I think at 1 o'clock my time. So a couple minutes from now, because there's a triple header tonight for the CFL. We're about to make the playoffs. Our team has been trashed a couple seasons, Montreal Alouettes. And you'd be like, oh, you became a Montreal Alouettes fan because of Chad Ochocinco, Michael Sam, and Johnny Manziel on the team. Nope. I've been a fan waiting for that. I love Anthony Calvillo. Legendary. I think he's going to be a legendary Canadian Football League quarterback. I think he's the offensive coach, a quarterback coach for the Montreal Alouettes right now. He's not playing anymore. He's a legend. He hasn't played in years. But yeah, breaking news. And it's not Johnny Manziel. He's thinking I'll tell you about it. No. Canadian Football League, you guys watch it. The Calgary Stampeders have one of the best quarterbacks in the game. Besides Montreal Alouettes. Have one of the best quarterbacks in the game with Levi Mitchell. And speaking of Levi Mitchell, I'm pretty sure he was. If I'm not, I think I'm right. Because I love the CFL. 2-time Grey Cup MVP. You guys know what the Grey Cup is? The Grey Cup is the trophy looks like a tiny mini version of the Stanley Cup. But the Grey Cup is basically just a Super Bowl for Canada. And this year's Grey Cup is going to be good. I think it's Keith Urban. Keith Urban's doing the halftime show. They usually sometimes have American performers do the halftime show. Or they have Canadian performers. I think last year it was American. I don't remember though. But it was Calgary last year. It was in Edmonton. Calgary won. Calgary, Levi Mitchell, 2-time MVP in the CFL, Grey Cup, 2-time MVP champion, and won 2 Grey Cups with the Calgary Stampeders. And then after he won his last one, he was roaming around the NFL, trying out with teams, and he came around Minnesota, because Minnesota is close to Canada, kind of up there, up at the border. So he's like, okay, I'll try and see what the Vikings want. Let's see what Zimmer wants from me, blah, blah. Outperforming. Throwing the ball is good on ball. And if you guys don't know, the ball sizes are different. Same company who makes NFL balls makes CFL balls. That's Wilson. They both make the same balls for both of the big professional leagues. But the ball size is different in Canada. But does it really matter? Maybe there's some NFL players going up there, and they also had some other big stars go up there. They had Doug Flutie was part of the Calgary Stampeders. You had Warren Moon. You just had, what's his name? Steve Young or Vince Young, right? I think he never even played, or maybe got snapped. He got hurt. I think he never played really much. So, you have a bunch of NFL stars that went up there to hone their craft to come back down. But Levi Mitchell's been there for years since he's joined the league. He's always been on Calgary. He's never been on any other team. But he won 2 Grey Cups, 2 Grey Cup MVPs, goes in, I don't know who it was, Kubiak or any of them, Zimmer looking. He balled, and the Vikings, and he came out and said this. Yeah, I didn't want to go with the Vikings, or they didn't sign me, blah blah, because I didn't want to steal the quarterback controversy. They sell so good. I don't want them to take away Kirk Cousins, pretty much. If they know he's really good, and they know, I think everybody else knows that Levi Mitchell's way better than Kirk Cousins. So they didn't sign him. They're like, oh, it's quarterback controversy. They said, we want you to mentor him. Basically, show him the ins and outs or some good throw plays, blah, blah, what you learned. Bring maybe your Canadian style to America. Or just show him, kind of foreshadow him or mentor him. He's like no. Because he knows. Everybody knows. There's some players that are in Canada right now. Like I say, I'm a Montreal Alouettes fan. We have Vernon Adams Jr. as a quarterback. I think he's better than Cousins. Vernon Adams Jr. has stepped up. I know he was on Montreal a long time ago. Got cut. I think he went to Saskatchewan, left there, went to Toronto. He went to basically almost all the CFL teams. There's 9. There's supposed to be there's going to be 10 CFL teams, but right now there's 9. So he's good too. There's some Canadian players that are not even, because some players that can play in the CFL, you don't have to be Canadian born. Maybe partial, some of them, half of them are Canadian born players, but some of the quarterbacks are not. You have Vernon Adams Jr., Levi Mitchell, and Jerome. Oh man. But Jeremiah Mazzoli. Hamilton Hurricanes quarterback. 3 of the best right there, right off the bat. And I think are better than Kirk Cousins. There's so many guys that these players could probably leave the CFL, but they love it so much. Their paychecks are probably decent. I mean, they're probably not NFL size. What do you call that? Contracts are paid, but it's decent. It's better than what you make in arena leagues, or maybe what you're gonna get paid in the Vince McMahon league. Just saying, in the XFL. And that's what I'm saying right here, right now. We should have signed Believe him. I'm just saying this because our team is just all over the board with the whole quarterback thing, and then Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. We're just all over the board right now. We just can't get it together. Let's say this, right? I heard this from Purple Podcast as well. Let's say this. Let's say we didn't have Slaughter or whatever. I don't care. Let's say Jake Browning came in, right? He's on the practice squad now, but Jake Browning came in and outshined Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins got his 3-year, $84 million guaranteed, right? Whatever. And he outshined Kirk Cousins in practice. You think they're still going to give the nod to Jake Browning to be starting quarterback? Nope. Just because he outperforms Cousins? Nope. We don't. We want to play it safer. We're going to go with Cousins. Even if he's that bad, we're going to stick with Cousins. Even if let's say, which he did. That's a lot of people love Slaughter. Slaughter outdoes Kirk Cousins in practice. They're not going to give the nod to Slaughter to be starting quarterback. They might give him backup, but not the nod. They're going to stick with Cousins. Mannion outdoes Kirk Cousins. Nope. We're sticking with Cousins. Even Cousins craps the bed. Horrible. They paid him, Rick Spillman paid him $84 million guaranteed for 3 years. They're not going to give it up. You can have any other big star. You can have Tom Brady come in there, ball out for the Vikings. Still no. They're going to get the nod. Maybe they might not, but I'm just saying. They're going to give the nod to Kirk Cousins. We signed a 3-year, $84 million guaranteed. They're not going to get it away. Levi Mitchell is by far better than Cousins. For now, I think to me, by far better than Cousins. Jeremiah Mazzoli is by far better than Cousins. There's some quarterbacks in the CFL that are better than Cousins. And maybe some players that are going to sign with the XFL are going to probably be better than. I feel like this. If he doesn't do nothing, we cut him, cut his losses. Maybe send him off into the Minnesota streets, homeless, right? He's going to go, he lives with his parents. Or was it his girlfriend's parents? I don't get that. You make all this money, but you live with your parents, or your girlfriend's parents, or your wife, whatever. I think they're married, whatever, wife's parents, whatever. I think he said during the off-season, why do you do that? Get your own house. They live in their parents' basement. That's so weird to me, but you make a lot of money, you're probably paying their bills. But it's just craziness, man. I honestly don't get it. I just don't. Don't know what it is. I just don't. I feel like if we cut him, send him homeless. That's what we should do. If no NFL team picks up Kirk Cousins, that's how trash he is, send him up to Canada, or come next year to the XFL to hone his craft to get better as a quarterback. He's good, but he's not great. He's good, but he's not great. I see great quarterbacks. Gardner Minshew, I think, right now is better than Cousins. He's the biggest star. Tony Khan's Jaguars are doing freaking great. I bet you Tony Khan's phone is blowing up about Gardner Minshew, because you gotta know Tony Khan, the Khan family are the owners, billion-dollar owners of the Jaguars. And he also Tony Khan is, I think, the manager, not manager, but he does the roster stuff, whatever, for Fulham, English Premier League team in England, and he also owns a new wrestling company that beat WWE in ratings on Wednesday. There's I'm gonna get off topic on that, but there's so other bigger, better things. There's so much other bigger, better things right now. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I just don't know what to say. There's so other good quarterbacks. So if he does trash and nobody picks him up in the NFL, whatever, have him go to the XFL, to Honus Craig once say in America, or go to Canada. You might have a bigger ball to use, but see if you can handle playing when games count. Because there's so many good legendary NFL Hall of Famers that went up to Canada to hone their craft, or they probably went down when they had, I think it was Donald Trump's football league, whatever, the USFL, or Donald Trump on the team for that, President Donald Trump on the team for the USFL, whatever, they probably went there. There's some big big Canadian players that went to the USFL. I remember, like I said, I was a big Alouettes fan, in 2011, then we had Anthony Calvillo. He played, I think, for the USFL, I think it was, Las Vegas team. He's good. I don't know if he's Canadian born or not, but he's good. What's his name? Henry? Henry? His name is something Henry. He won, I think he's in his 40s, almost 50s, for Ottawa. Great quarterback, but now he's on TSN doing the panel for CFL. I forget his name. It's not Mark Henry, not the wrestler, but it's Henry. Henry Burris. If he would have came out of retirement, leave TSN, he'd be a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. There's so many other good quarterbacks out there, but they don't want to risk wasting all that money for nothing. That's just me. That's my take on it. You could bring any other big star out there. Doesn't matter what league it is. You could have a big arena football star. There's some big arena football stars there now, like Tommy Grady, Dan Rodaboff for the Philadelphia Soul. That won a couple Arena Bowl championships. That could probably come in there and take Kirk Cousins' spot. I'm telling you, there's some big stars. It doesn't matter if it's the Arena AFL or the Indoor Football League that are big names, Because I think the two big arena leagues, yeah, you can sit and people are like, oh, the AAL and the NAL. Nah. Those are whatever, people still watch it, whatever have you. But the two big arena leagues are the Arena Football League and the Indoor Football League. Those are the two big ones where they have at least some of the big stars that you might know. Maybe came down there. You know who's actually who joined, which kind of put them on the map now, but the NAL was, what's his name? He just came from the CFL, he was in the NFL, what's his name? Dexter McCluster. Yeah, he plays for the Massachusetts Pirates, but he's a running back though. He played in the Arena League. Some people that want to retire but just want to play and just play the Arena League. Some people like to retire, still play the game, not want to get physical. They just do the Arena League, take it light. But like I said, there's a lot of good quarterbacks out there. But like I said, they don't like quarterback controversies in Minnesota, that's for sure. I think, and I hope we could put like they did with the Eagles, put the franchise tag on Foles. I hope we can do that with Cousins. Not keep him after the 3 years. Let him go. Like I'm serious. If we keep him after 3 years, after the 3-year contract, let's just sign him again to, I don't know, another couple of years, maybe another 3 years. I'm done being a Viking. I'm not done being a Vikings fan, but I'm done. I was gonna say I'm done being a Vikings fan. I'm not. I love my Vikings till I die, but I hope we don't. Even if it's just after 3 years, of 1 more year. I don't want to see him for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years down the road. After 3 years, let him go. Cut his losses. If Levi Mitchell after this season, the CFL wants to leave to the NFL, let's pick him up. Or we can draft somebody in the draft. But if not, pick him up and have him take Cousins' spot. Because I think if we sign Levi Mitchell, that'd be the biggest signing in the NFL. Because he's a big star in Canada. If you guys don't know, like I said, 2 Grey Cup MVPs and 2 Grey Cup Super Bowls. Or Grey Cup games, which is basically just the Super Bowl in Canada. They call it the Grey Cup. The CFL season begins, I think, starts before the NFL season. They start like when the NFL has their preseason. The CFL starts their season when the NFL has their preseason, and it ends in November. CFL season ends in November, like around, I think before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving, they do their Grey Cup game. So, just throwing that out there. I think they're playing right now. So, Vernon Adams Jr. and versus Levi Mitchell is on right now. I don't know if it's on, because sometimes they show them on ESPN or ESPN2, whatever. But sometimes they just show it on. You have to get like the ESPN Plus app, which I don't. I heard the ESPN Plus app is kind of crap. For some reason, I know it's for UFC. They say it's kind of crap. So, but that's my take on it. That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking with it. You guys can hate me or dislike, dislike it. But the quarterback controversy, it doesn't matter who's the biggest star coming in. They're going to stick with Cousins. You can outperform Cousins any day. Slaughter Mannion, Browning, whoever else. Levi Mitchell, you can throw whatever. Got the streets, I can throw a ball better than Cousins. And they'll still stick with Cousins. Doesn't matter who it is. They're going to stick with Cousins. You can outperform Cousins all you want. But at the end of the day, our Vikings are sticking with Kirk Cousins. Period, end of story. That's it. There's nothing else to say. There's really nothing else to say. Is that we're sticking with Cousins. That's all. Like I said, there's so other big stars. Like I said, Brennan Adams Jr., Levi Mitchell, Jeremiah Mazzoli. Great quarterbacks in the CFL. There's a guy. What do you play for UCF? I can't tell if he's gay or not. I don't know. But he was a kicker. I don't know. I think he was. But don't take this the wrong way. I don't hate gays. You know, whatever you are, that's fine. But I couldn't tell you if I remember he said he was gay or not. But he was a kicker for UCF, and he blew up all over. And now he's on YouTube, and he blew up on. I don't think he's not with the team anymore. He blew up on YouTube now. I think he's on a team. He got a tryout, and I think he's on the team with Toronto. Oh, they're putting up their Halloween stuff. Our neighbors. But now I think he made it to the practice squad. He's on the team now. But you think you probably know what I'm talking about, right? He's a kicker. He's on YouTube. He's from UCF. Now he's on Toronto. I think he's on Toronto practice squad or practice team. Or he might make it to the team. But kicker, that's pretty huge. Like I said, you could be a quarterback. I think Luis Perez, remember, if you guys don't know who he is, I think he might be backup or he tried out for Philly. I think he's probably cut now. I think he was with the Eagles during preseason because he was on the AAF for Birmingham, bald. He said he learned how to play football as quarterback through YouTube. That's crazy. I'll tell you could bring in any other good star. I think Luis Perez is great. When he was in the AAF for Birmingham, he balled. I think he was on the Eagles practice squad or Rams, one of the two. He balled. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. There's so many good quarterbacks out there. I think that's better than Cousins. I mean, Mannion, he did pretty good in preseason. Don't get me lie. If we're gonna bench Cousins, put him in. You guys can hate me this. I think he might do good, but he just can't win big games. He can't win under pressure. When it comes to Bears, Packers, any divisional game, any of the big game that we really need to win, he can't win it. He blows it. Underthrows, overthrows our receivers. It's just a big mess right now. And then he apologizes to Thielen on his podcast. It was called Under Center with Cousins. Yeah. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe for more. Let me know what you guys think about the quarterback controversy with Levi Mitchell, one of the CFL not legend. Well, he might be. If he's still there and he comes back for another season for Calgary or maybe plays for another CFL team, he might be a legend. There's some legends out there, like I said, Anthony Cavillo, Warren Moon, Doug Flutie. And I think Doug Flutie's brother was also on Calgary as well. I think Warren Moon was on Toronto. Doug Flutie, I think I remember he was on Calgary. I think so was his brother. There's so many big stars. Henry Burris, legend. Anthony Cavillo, legend. There's so many good CFL legends out there. And Levi Mitchell. Jeremiah Mazzoli. Brennan Adams Jr. The other quarterbacks, I don't forget their names, but I don't know if I think that some might be Canadian born. But those three quarterbacks in the CFL that I just named, they're balling right now. So, the Vikings won't sign them. They want to take them away from Cousins. But I'm just saying, in the future, sign Levi, sign Brennan Adams, or sign Jeremiah Mazzoli. We'll be a beast team if we get our O-line good quarterback. And we keep Diggs. And we throw him right on-ball throws for Diggs Allen, whatever. Irv Smith Jr., Rudolph, blah, 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 blah. CJ Ham, all those guys, right? We have a great running team. I'm telling you, we'd be balling. But right now, Cousins is holding us back from doing that. If we didn't have Cousins, I think, and we had signed a decently good quarterback that's better than Cousins, oh, for sure, we'd be like, we might even, if anything, we might have lost one game. We probably would have beat the Packers. And we probably would have beat the Bears, but we lost to backup Chase Daniels. You know? And Chase Daniels didn't even look like he's like, I think I just outperformed Cousins. But I'm just saying that right here, right now. Right here, right now. If it wasn't for Cousins, he's the one who's holding us back from winning all these good games that we need to win. If it wasn't for Cousins, get rid of Cousins, have a good quarterback, our team would be fine. On throws, like I said, to Thielen, Diggs, and Irv Smith, and Rudolph, and Ola, Beasley, Johnson, all those guys, right? And we have a good O-line. We have a good running back. There's nothing I really need to say much about a running back. And we have a beast of a defense. We would have been freaking hell of a good. We might have lost just maybe one game. If that. Probably no. It could be 4-0 right now. If it wasn't for Cousins. But I'm just saying, maybe if we lost one, we'd been 3-1, whatever. But now if we lose to the Giants, to Daniel Jones, which he's balling, two game winning streak right now for the Giants. Daniel Jones, field goal, blah, blah, blah. You know, I think it was, what was it, Tampa Bay missed a field goal. But Tampa Bay just destroyed the Rams 2 weeks ago, and the Rams lost by 1 point on Thursday. So big stuff. But Cousins, we need him gone. We need somebody who can take over and win us the games for the rest of the season. Because right now it looks like Cousins ain't going to do nothing, boys. Nothing too big. Nothing spectacular right now. I don't think we're going to win the division if the way Kirk Cousins is going, the way our team is, the way, because we're all over media right now, man. There's no other teams. Yeah, the only big other talk in media is just Gardner Minshew. You know, Minshew Mania, blah, blah, blah. Tony Khan's, Jaguars, whatever. That's the other big talk. But right now it's just mostly Vikings talk. Anywhere I listen to on Sirius XM radio, radio talk, whatever. Vikings, Cousins, Diggs, Thielen. What the freak? Defense is getting pissed because they're, you know, the other teams are outscoring us because of Cousins. Blah 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 blah. Cousins apologized. There's so many times he can apologize. He apologized in the Packers game. I remember him saying apologize. Blah 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 blah. You can apologize all you want, but if we don't win games, you can be apologizing to your blue in the face, to all our receivers, to the team, blah, blah, blah. You can go up there when they look at the videotapes and practice, you can go up there and say, I'm sorry to all y'all. You can say that as so much times you want. You can preach it, the gospel, the word, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, if you can't win his games, your apologies don't really matter as much. You can say the second time you send an apology. First time, oh, I'm sorry, it was my fault against the Packers. And you go on your little podcast at the TCO Studios and you say, I apologize. I looked at the tape again. Those are some throws that should have been made. But you didn't. Because you failed. Oh, wait, let me blame the rain. Because it was raining a little bit in Chicago during that game. Let me blame the rain because we didn't win. Don't blame it on weather either. It's your mistakes. You messed up. You own it. And you tell it to people. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. For freaking get a heart attack here. Thank you guys for watching. Like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe for more. Let me know what you guys think. And then we'll go from there. Let me know what you guys think. Love y'all. Catch y'all later. Skol Vikes. Let's get the W tomorrow against Los Gigantes. That means Giants. Los Gigantes. The Giants. If not, let's see what's gonna go on from here. If we lose to the Giants, let's see what's gonna go on from here. But right now, I think they made a big mistake not signing Levi. I think Levi Mitchell is better than Kirk Cousins. Honestly, I think if we would have kept Slaughter, he's better than Cousins. Mannion, I think, is probably better than Cousins. Jake Browning, I know he's on the practice squad. He could probably be better than Cousins if he would have outshined. That's just me. There's so many other good quarterbacks out there that are better than Cousins right now that we could just cut Cousins' losses and sign somebody a whole lot better. But the Vikings do what the Vikings do, you know. Zimmer and all them, Spillman. Oh, we don't want you to take Cousins' spot. Okay. Comparing side by side, Bo Levi, they probably didn't release the video. They should. I want to see what he actually did. I want to see the video of him outshining Cousins in a practice throw. Like, I want to see it, you know. And then people could say it might be different. Maybe Johnny Manziel said it might be different. The ball is probably like a couple, I don't know what they call it, width or centimeters or some difference. But it doesn't matter. As long as you can throw the ball deep, whatever, make those plays. I know Canada, I know the yarding is different in Canada and in America. You know, we have 100 yards. Canada's like 100 or 110 yards with the 15. I think it's like a 15-yard or 20-yard end zone. So the end zones are bigger. The field goal post is in the front. Blah blah blah. But Cousins doesn't matter. Go play in XFL. Go play in Canada or go play in the Arena League. Hone your craft. You know, at least play in the Arena League, at least throw 50 yards. Can you even do that? Barely. Like, go to the Arena League. Go play for who's in the Arena League? Go play for whatever, the New Jersey Blackjacks, whatever. Yeah, go play there. Go throw 50 yards. Just quick 50 yards. Hone your craft. Go to Canada, whatever. Go to the Vince McMahon's League next year. Or the Freedom Football League, if this thing is really going to take out. The Freedom Football League in 2020 in May. Go do something, man. Because right now you're not showing it as much. And as fans, and I know the organization want to win. We want championships, we want playoffs, we want this, and we want a quarterback to perform. Because it's not just the receivers, running back. You're the main guy of the team. He's not the head coach. The quarterback is the other main guy of the team. He's the one who leads the team to victories. And so far, you haven't really done it much. Yeah, you won 2 games, buddy. Atlanta and the Raiders. What have they done much? Okay, Atlanta beat the Eagles. While the Raiders beat the Broncos and some other team, whatever. Really? Woohoo! What to do, buddy? But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like the video, leave me a comment, subscribe for more. And I'll see you later. Let me know what you think about the quarterback controversy with Levi Mitchell, CFL star. Just let me know. This Vikings thing is getting out of control now. That's all I hear in the media. Vikings. And when we hear in the media, Vikings are doing good. Vikings are finally clicking together. Kirk Cousins is on fire, blah, blah, blah. But no, we're hearing drama between Cousins, Thielen, and Diggs. Blasting each other on whatever, media talking to them or whatever, radio stations, whatever. They're all blasting each other. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, truth. The truth and all rumors, but you know what I'm saying? So, anyways. Catch you later. Go Vikes. Bye, y'all.